This PSA was brought to you by the Peter G Show.
You may have second thoughts after the show.
But don't drink the faucet. We're really talented. We should get Oscars.
Just pick out a car, for Christ's sake.
No, my name is Peter. Yeah, I want. Here's good.
Yeah.
Madam Perry.
I need to get back in the genie bottle.
Louis from Pennsylvania, you're on. He likes it. It's showtime.
Peter G Show, Peter G Show, divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad, Peter G Show.
That's right. Life of Peter G, the Peter G Show, right here, Wednesday, coming at you, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. on the East Coast, every Wednesday, like clockwork, God willing. We're right here, hopefully not in blur-o-vision this week. Can't tell you how many technical challenges life has been bringing uponeth the show, but fear not, we'll keep plowing through it. Whether it's within our control or out of our control, show must go on. But anyway, I digress. A lot of show tonight. How the hell is everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. A lot of scramble going on around here, even when you think you got it together. I know I say that a lot, but it's the truth. And it's all good. But we do have a lot of show going on. And I hope everybody is well because, that's what makes the world go round. I want everybody happy and paying attention. Follow, share. That's the key. Love. And I do love you. I love you for tuning in. I do. I promise. Tonight I'm going to talk about I narrowed it down to three things. I think three things. Number one, and I got to talk about this, and you can say, oh, Peter, you're full of crap or whatever, but I'm going to tell you why. Right now, going on right now, it might even be over by now, but the World Cup in Miami is going on with Brazil and Scotland. But there's this Brazilian psychic who I'm told, I don't know, hearsay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. She predicted that there was going to be a massive mothership go over the stadium of this World Cup soccer match and show itself and abduct people and all this kind of stuff. Now, why am I talking about this? Okay. Because, they go, Peter, stop with the nonsense, blah, blah, blah. No, okay. I hear you. I do. I get it. However, I've talked many times about Project Bluebeam, and this is the deep state and secrets and all kinds of things. And I said someday, one day, they're going to pull one of their tricks that they're waiting to pull. They've done a few. You remember when they said there was aliens walking around in a mall in Miami and all of a sudden like 1 million cop cars, but yet there's hardly any footage of it. It all disappeared and then it all went away. I mean, this is the crazy stuff that the world we're living in because they want to scare everybody back to the one world, trust us, we're the government, we're here to help, all this kind of crap. Some of you are going to say, it's complete nonsense, whatever. There's a lot of people that are very aware, and I'm glad you are. But the reason I talk about this stuff is because it blows my mind how many people are just clueless and will really, literally freak out and panic. And they're going to do damage. They have to make it legit. People will get hurt. Things will happen. But anyway, so this I'm only briefly going to touch on this right now. Then we're going to get back into it in detail. I have detail going on tonight. I like that. But tonight, so this supposedly really, accurate psychic from Brazil who doesn't mess up, who's been positive on many things, predicted not only that there was going to be a showing of an alien mothership, but it was going to be in Miami. It was going to be on Wednesday, June 24th at the stadium of the World Cup soccer, which is happening right now. It might even be over right now. It started at 6, I think. But I couldn't start the show any earlier, so I apologize. But the thing is, she not only predicted, like she could have said, yeah, so they're going to reveal themselves. Well, she said the date and the place. So I don't know how she's going to back herself out of this one if it doesn't happen or didn't happen. Still, the night's not over, so let's keep moving. But I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to show you a couple of things and the reason why I'm talking about that, okay? I'm going to. Also tonight, after watching a few things, and last year I did a show on knowing when to close your mouth, knowing, like, stop jumping and saying things prematurely without really knowing, because you're so anxious to get to be right and things like that. Knowing when to shut the fuck up. Last year, that was the motto of my whole theme for the year, because there's so much going on and people are jumping to conclusions and people want to be right and all this kind of stuff. And I'm going, this is ridiculous. So I just said, I'm going to talk about it again, because I watched a clip and I'm going, this is still so relevant. And I need to make sure that people are aware. I'm doing it for you, and not even for you, because most of the people that are watching this kind of get it. But I know you have friends. I know you must have friends that, need to shut the fuck up. It's real simple. I know I see a bunch of them. People I know and love. It's like, stop making things worse. Now, you might say, I'm making things worse. No, I'm asking you I'm bringing it to your attention. I'm bringing the elephant in the room right into the center of the room. So we're going to talk about that tonight too, with details. I'm going to give you some details, like the details. And also, what else are we doing? Oh, yeah. Can't do a show, without a little bit of Bill Gates, one of the world's most hated men. A couple of more just want to keep him in the mix, because the one thing I've realized doing this show over the past year and a half or 2 years now, one thing that we all have in common, we know what an evil son of a bitch this little creep is. And, it just, what is it like to be one of the most hated people in the world? I don't understand that. And be one of the richest. So we're going to talk about that stuff tonight. But before we get going, I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about. I want to get aligned. Let's all get aligned here. Let's get our astrological forecast for the week, right? Because it wouldn't be right if we didn't get everything lined up. And and I hear there's a what do they call that? Something Mercury retrograde getting ready to come up at the end of the month. And I don't know. I don't follow this stuff, but I follow this stuff. I like to always just have it in the back of my head, that way you can have reference to things. Knowledge is power. But anyway, let's let Moon Mistress Tarot tell us about our astrological forecast of the week, and we'll go from there. All right, here you go.
Hello, my loves, and welcome to the season of abundance and passion. We have a beautiful strawberry full moon on the 29th, and that energy is already happening this week. So let's see how it's going to affect your zodiac sign. We're going to start off with Page of Cups. That's good news, my darlings. And this is for my Aquarius, for my Geminis, and my Libras. It could be romantic news, whichever one you prefer, my darling. Call it in. For my water signs, you got some love, honey. The Lovers brings in this energy. Could be something you're falling in love with. Could be someone falling in love with you. My darlings, it's this beautiful energy for my Pisces and my Cancers and for my Scorpios. Feeling that. And, woo, babies. My fire signs, you are hopping. 3 of Cups, that is all about a celebration. So enjoy, take it easy, spend time with friends. And that's for my Aries, my Sagittarius, and my Leos. All right, finishing it off, baby, is my Earth signs. You got your card. You got some money happening, babies. Queen of Pentacles is all about the money, and you always make it happen. So that's for all of my Capricorns, my Taurus, and my Virgos. Enjoy. And moonmistresstarot.com for more to find out what's going on in your energy. And as always, back to you, Peter.
Back to me, Peter. Thank you, Moon Mistress Tarot. For more information and find out how to get your find out about your astrological journey and your cosmic connection, go to moonmistresstarot.com. Go book your reading and see where you're going with that, because again, it doesn't hurt to kind of have a path, a little bit of reference. I do. And that's it. So real quick, last week was Father's Day weekend. I talked about that. Let's see what we got here. Absolutely. What does Diana have to say? She's absolutely amazing. Oh, you're talking about Moon Mistress Tarot? Yes, but she is absolutely amazing. And what was I going to tell you? I was going to tell you something, but now I forgot. You just decided. I lost my train of thought. Look, a squirrel. Yeah, but last weekend was Father's Day, so I hope everybody had a great Father's Day weekend and things. But as we used to do the show on Sundays, and the one advantage of doing the show on Sundays was if there was holiday Sundays, I was doing holiday shows like Father's Day, Mother's Day, Easter. Not necessarily. I think those were the only. Is there any other Sunday holidays? No, because Christmas falls whenever it does, and New Year's, but those were important holidays, at least to me. And we used to let me. Oh, look, somebody's bored. Would you get kicked out of the house tonight, Paul? That's good. All right, yeah, hang on tonight. I got some good stuff for you. So the one fun thing was with Sundays, I used to get to do it was on Sunday, and I would do the holiday shows because it was Mother's Day, Father's Day, Easter, things like that. Christmas and all that would fall when it fell. And but I tell you though, I do enjoy not having to do the shows on the weekends because there was, by nature, a lot of people and things, I want to be away for the weekends and stuff, or not on the air. And I didn't mind it. Did it for a long time. And I'll do it again if I have to, but I don't right now. So now, when Christmas comes around, whatever, we just do it. But I started watching, so these past 2 days, a bunch of old Father's Day clips started showing up, on my feed. And I started watching all these things. And they're really, I don't know, maybe I'm just partial because, to me it makes sense. But a lot of good stories, a lot of good stuff, Father's Days, Mother's Days, all that stuff. I always tried to talk about the warmth, the beauty of all that stuff. Again, me being a father, there's nothing more important to me. It's I think I was up till 5:30 this morning, and I had to clear out. My Dropbox was full. Dropbox is a transfer, and it was telling me if Dropbox is full, you need to eliminate stuff. I had things on there that I forgot I even had. And all of a sudden I started seeing all these pictures of my dog, like random ones, just like pictures I don't even remember. Her sticking her tongue out at me. When she's 4 years old or whatever. And I'm just sitting there at 5:30 in the morning. I'm up looking at these pictures. I'm going, I need to go to bed. And it just makes me smile. I just smile. I said to myself, it's like I kind of miss that, but at the same time, there's a million other things to do. But I hope everybody, again, I think I even put out a couple of the memories and things like that. But again, everybody's got their own. I hope everybody had a great Father's Day weekend. And not everybody has a great Father's Day. Not everybody has a great Mother's Day. Try to do your best, okay? Every day needs, as I told my daughter, every day to me is Father's Day. Every day needs to be a great day. I am so grateful. So just wanted to put that out. And I don't have to do shows on Sundays anymore, because that was the whole thing. It's like I'd be out with friends, when my daughter was young, and I'd have to cut my Sundays short because I had to do my shows. And now I don't have to do that because we're on Wednesdays. So thank you for tuning in. Share all of that. All of that. And what we got here, by the way, I'm just here for the shirt. Yeah, I know. I had something I wanted to tell you, and I just don't remember it now. I remember the last 2 weeks, but I didn't see you on here, and now I've forgotten. And I'm sure it was something sarcastic, but I'll have to wait till I remember. I'm sure it'll come back. Believe me, it'll come back. Oh yeah, no. Nice color. Yes, it's complimentary. Well, I think anyway, there's some technical issues. Am I blurry tonight or am I clear? Can anybody tell me? Because we've been having some issues. and the color correction too. There's been some issues, but I think we're back to normal when it comes to the way it's supposed to be, like normal. But tonight, before we get started, I want to hear from my good friends over at Clean Star Products with their money-saving fuel additive. Before we get into the Space Invaders, or the are we going to get Project Blue beamed, whether you believe that stuff or not. But before we get started, I want to hear from my good friends at Clean Star Products with their money-saving fuel additive DX1 driver, and we will be right back.
Hello, it's Tyrone Thompson here with Clean Star Products, and we're here with William.
High-end car service.
And we've just serviced his Cadillac Escalade 2024. And we're going to be giving it a go to see what kind of results he'll be getting in his fuel mileage and any performance differences, and be checking with him later.
All right.
Thank you, William, for participating in our environmental program. We're here with High-End Car Services, my friend William, who's been using DX1 for a small time now. What kind of results have you been getting?
Up to 45.1 miles per gallon best results, and the engine has been quieter, and I can definitely feel the power in the engine. I have a diesel.
Thank you so much. We're going to keep going with the program and check in with you later. We appreciate you. The Long Life Engine program with DX1 Driver is the only safe environmental product for your high mileage engine. DX1 is a non-toxic, clean-burning oil that goes into your fuel and your engine oil, providing lubricity for gasoline and diesel engines. You save on average 10% gasoline and 15% diesel fuel consumption. Call now for a price quote and place your order today. It's the Long Life Engine program from Clean Star Products and Tyrone Thompson.
That's right, Clean Star Products. I got two words to tell you. It works. It does. I tried it myself. I wouldn't be talking about it unless I tried it myself, and it does work. And this little itty-bitty bottle right here is the one how it works. You take it, you pour it into a clean oil change. It lasts the whole oil change. It's real simple. You just put it in the oil, and it just lasts for what, 5,000-6,000 miles on your average car. And then when you put fuel in your tank, you take one of these little bottles and you put it in your gas tank, fill up your tank with fuel, and drive. It's that simple. But don't believe me. Go to their website, www.cleanstarproducts, and call them. They have a phone number, 310-200-8931. They want you to. I know nowadays everybody just wants to press buttons and stuff like that. They don't want to talk to people. But believe me, go old school. You'll be appreciative of it, because they you can talk to them instead of going back and forth with texts and all this baloney. I hate it. Customer service, which I'm dealing with now with my whole streaming network, it drives me crazy because I can't talk to them. And they will talk to you. And should you decide to order after you talk to them, mention you saw it on the Peter G Show, and you will get 5 bottles for the price of 4. That's right, 5 bottles for the price of 4. That's a good starter kit, because you put 1 in the clean oil change, and that gives you 4 bottles left for 4 full tanks of fuel. And I'm telling you, you will notice the difference. It cleans everything out, especially high mileage vehicles, more than ever, your high mileage vehicles. But your newer cars have tighter tolerances. They wear out faster. Things break. Things don't last, okay? Use this. Good food, good body. It gives it more lubricity. Things move easier, less friction. Better gas mileage. I'm telling you, all the above. You'll be glad you did. Go to that number, 310-200-8931. Call them, talk to them, order from them, mention you saw it on the Peter G Show. They will send you 5 bottles for the price of 4 for mentioning you saw it on the Peter G Show. Okay, I can't make it any better than that, because a deal is a deal. And that's where we're at. All right. Now, I just mentioned, I asked, am I blurry or pixely or anything? Because the past 2 or 3 weeks, now nobody's really said anything about it. In fact, the videos, people are still loving the videos and doing stuff, but it's making me crazy. We have had tech supports from overseas, and it's making me nuts. And I thought maybe this week we finally got it resolved, and somebody's saying I'm pixelated. Just my body. You know, the videos are fine, but I'm pixelated. Now, one person says I'm fine, I'm not good, and Paul, I don't know if you were telling me through your smoothness, but am I clean and clear? I should be nice and crisp and clear, like regular TV is supposed to be, unless you're having issues like I'm having, and has nothing to do with the shirt either. But if I'm pixelated or blurry, like edgy around the edges, let me know. I want to know, because there's one more thing. The thing is, only way I can work this out is if I go live. And it sucks because I'm having to human guinea pig on the air right now. And then I'm, have one last resort to try to resolve this, to tell them when I finish tonight at 4 a.m. and write to them and tell them, hey, this is what's going on. I tried this, this, and this. Still not working. But here we go. Let's see what he's got to say. Looks like Scotty is beaming you up. Okay, so I'm going to take that as I'm not looking normal, and that sucks. Okay, I'm so bummed out with these people, because we've tried everything. Okay, I'm going to try one more thing right now, and hopefully it won't kick us off the air. And we'll go to the cameras, and we're going to try lowering. I'm going to try because I even used AI this weekend, and okay, I just tried something and switched the resolution down from 1080 to 720. I can't believe I'm having to do this with my audience. This is a first. Let's see if it can handle the 780. Did I clean up? Is it better now? Better now? Better, like the eye doctor. Better 1 or 2? Better 1 or 2? Better 1 or 2? Look at this. I'm getting all kinds of messages from everything. Your shirt is clear. Let's see, my shirt is clear. Well, okay, but what about like my face? And now my face, I can't do much about it. It's outlining you better. Diana said, see, this is what I don't understand. It worked. Now, Paul said it worked. Paul, if I go blurry again, send me another message. You're telling me everything is normal from the outsides of my jacket to my face. It's like the pixelation is gone now. God, this is what really makes me mad, because I shouldn't be having this conversation with my people. And I wouldn't mind had we not been on this for 3 weeks, but we have, and it really sucks. Oh, what's yes mean? Has it gone away? Has it gone away? Okay, good as you can be. Good as I can be. Well, yeah, that ain't saying much, but it does say a lot. So thank you. I'm good as I can be. I ain't as good as I once was. Let me, okay, well. All right, so hopefully right now, all is good. We are no longer pixelated. I really hate that. I hate ruining shows because I have a overseas tech support that cannot get in here and take a breath. Oh, I just got through. I forgot to take a sip. That's what I really need. I think I really need this. I'm sure Paul agrees that I really need this. I don't think he would see it any other way, but here's to let's have the rest of the show non-pixelated. Let me know if we get pixeled, okay? I don't want to be pixeled anymore. I want to be nice, clean, and clear, all right? And that's it. So thank you. I love you guys. It's going to be a good show. Let's take all this in with a grain of salt, because I'm just trying to increase your awareness for a lot of things, and this is how I do it, all right? I love you guys. Share, follow, because that's what we're doing it. Another big thing, we're going to be hitting 100 grand of followers on Facebook real soon. We're getting right up to the nitty-gritty of the edge, and that's a lot to be thankful for. But before I go there, okay, he's here we go. So thank you. Peace. Salute. Tasty. Smooth. And I mean that, and I can back that up by verifying it through Butthead. Isn't that right, Butthead?
Smooth.
There you have it. Now let's get on with the show for real. This is bugging me. What I did was I turned the resolution down, which is a first. I've never had to. And now I'm going to get to them and say, listen, something's going on with your system. It won't allow me to be 1080. Instead, I got to settle for 720 or whatever the hell it is. But I'll take it. I'll take it. I just don't want to be all blurry. That shit. I'm starting to use harsh language. Sorry. And God, I wish I remember what the hell I had to tell Diana. For 2 weeks, I had something I wanted to tell you, and now I forgot. It's gonna make me nuts. Nutser. All right, folks, kids, gather around. So I mentioned that that there was been a lot of talk about this Brazilian psychic that said that there was going to be an alien and a disclosure today, and she said the date and the place. Today, June 24th, Miami, at the Soccer World Cup Stadium during the game. And people were going to be abducted. Like she said, like 700 people, including players. They're all going to be abducted. Now, again, I take everything with a grain of salt. I don't doubt that one day we're going to be seeing something. What it's going to be, I don't know. But I also know that there's people that still aren't giving up on our freedom. They want to take it away from us, and they're going to pull every dirty trick in the book, and they got dirty tricks. They just haven't used them yet, because nowadays with social media and everything, people are way too on top of things. Like guys like me talking about stuff that you might make fun of, but very well may come true one day. Remember I talked about that they might stage the second coming, and I had to hear all about it, and people saying, if you know the Bible, you won't fall for it. It's like, okay, but there's a lot of people that will. There's a lot of people that will. And the same thing with the alien invasion. I said there's two types of things they're going to try to pull, because it's last resort. They're losing their grip on trying to get us all to conform. It's kind of like the COVID thing, Stay inside, do as we say, all that stuff. One world government, order, and all that, put the old chip in your brain and all that stuff. It's all coming. They're trying. So don't make fun of me. I'm just bringing it to your attention. So there's this guy named Dr. David Greer. Is that his name? Stephen Greer. Dr. Stephen Greer. He's been around for a long time talking about aliens and all this kind of stuff. He's been around a long time. I want to warm you up real quick with him, because he's talked about this forever. And whether you have heard of it or not, and then we'll get to the other one. And hopefully I'll stay unpixelated. We're going to stay nice and solid. All right, let's go. So here's Dr. Stephen Greer.
What is the most dangerous information that you know?
Oh boy. They're going to hoax an alien threat, and it's all a lie. So we are actually in the last year at the point where they've started on that plan. We have got to intercept this plan and stop it. Or if you think 9/11 and the Iraq War was a clusterfuck, this is going to be that 1,000 times worse. That there's a group of people who control this issue that are trying to provoke an interplanetary incident. So the next war, World War III, will be interplanetary. It's a serious group of nut jobs, and they have to be put on a leash and stood down fast and quickly. This group started releasing stuff to the CNN and Washington Post and New York Times. Every bit of information they're putting out has the spin, it's a threat to the national security, our sovereignty has been invaded. It's the kind of brainwashing that's already started to try to convince the public there is an alien threat.
I think he can pretty much. Sorry, I'm still trying to work things. Just like, I think he explains it better than I can about what's going on behind the scenes of this world, of this government. Like, people in charge that we think are in charge are not even in charge. I mean, they're in charge, but there's people way more silent in the background, really manipulating things, and that sucks. But Stephen Greer has been around. He's been trying to talk about this stuff and get people to wake up for many, many, many years. And so then all of a sudden I come across this whole thing. I go, okay, here's a psychic who's going to talk about this. Is going to be a good one, because either it happened, and right now, like I said, I'm pretty sure, see, they're an hour ahead. I think the game started at 6. So right now it's 9:30 over there. It should be over. Did it happen? And if it didn't, Lucy, you got some splaining to do. How are you going to back your way out of this one? And she basically say, oh, they changed their mind, whatever. But I just wanted to bring this out, and we'll see what because again, this will happen eventually. They're going to do it when they feel they can do it and get away with it for the most part. Even though most of the stuff they do is right in your face, they tell it to you, and people still whoosh, right over your head. So here's the what I heard and saw and said, I'm going to share this with you because it's out there. And that's a pretty blatant statement. I mean, to say, hey, I know when and where it's going to happen, and it's going to happen. Well, I think if it didn't happen yet, or within the next couple hours, it ain't going to happen. But maybe it's happening. I don't know. I didn't get the news. I'm doing a show. Here you go.
The prediction that Brazilian psychic made about what's going to happen on June 24th in Miami at the World Cup is true, then they ain't playing fair. The psychic from Brazil that has been accurate with a lot of her predictions is doubling down on what she predicted to happen. She claims that on June 24th in Miami at a large sporting event, a mothership is going to appear. And for the first time in history, we're going to witness this. And this mothership that appears, she's saying that this mothership is going to take 700 people. You heard what I just said? She said we're going to watch 700 people, including players on the field, go up into the air. Now, you know how some psychics say they're not 100% sure that their prediction is going to happen. She doubled down on hers. She said that she believes that everything that she's saying is going to happen. She said that this is going to be the moment right here when people are disclosed about aliens, about interdimensional beings, about UAPs, about UFOs. She's saying that time is about to come. Now, if you jump down that rabbit hole and you do your own research, what movie did Steven Spielberg put out today? Disclosure Day, right? And that lines up with what this lady is saying. Now, I'm not saying that this is true. What I'm saying is she believes it's true. What I will say is jump down another rabbit hole. Search Brazil. See about all the things that's been happening in Brazil. And then come back and tell me what you saw.
Yeah. Come back and tell me what you saw. Because I want to know. I want to know. It's I just saw that and going, okay, here we go. That's a hell of a prediction right there. I mean, when you tell me that it's going to come to Miami and we're going to see it at that stadium, it's like, all right, either you're making an ass out of yourself. Now, I haven't said that's going to happen. I just showing you that these are what these people are saying. So I'm just spreading the word. But again, it's all about this Project Bluebeam, because I do believe if there are aliens, and let's face it, I truly do believe there are. I can't imagine that if we're the smartest and the only intelligent beings in the universe is in trouble. It's like, they don't do stuff like this. But I believe if they were going to come, if anything was going to come of harm of us or this and that, they would have done it a long time ago. Why wait till now? Again, but we're going to be misled. It's all propaganda. Fill your heads. Again, the movie Spielberg just did. They're all in on it. They're all in on it. And I'm just getting to the point where it's like, stop with the bullshit. Stop. But, propaganda and Project Bluebeam does exist. It's been talked about for a long time. It just hasn't been implemented. They're going to wait. They're waiting until they can just gather all the sheep at the right place at the right time, and then they're going to do it. And whether it gets talked about and believed or not, they're going to follow through with that belief, and that's just that. But again, what the hell do I know? But here, this is the one more for the Project Bluebeam, and give you a little more, hip you up in case you didn't catch the shows in the past. All
right, guys. The fake alien invasion is set for June 24th in Miami. Why Miami, you might ask? Well, of course it's going to be in America. For a million reasons. We're the easiest to fool. That's number one. And of course it's going to be in Florida, because that's where all the space nonsense takes place. The fake alien invasion has been predicted for decades. It's important that you don't fall for it. They will use the Project Bluebeam technology. Just remember, it's all a lie.
How dare they say America falls for everything? How dare you, sir? And then Florida, poor Florida. That's where all the space stuff happens, which a lot of stuff does happen in Florida. I remember the 80s in Gulf Breeze, Florida. In fact, I have a neighbor, well, he passed away many, many years ago, who wrote a book, who claims he was abducted. And then he came down with cancer and passed away for talking about it. But again, believe what you want to believe. This was in the 80s. My father was telling me stories about this person that we knew, telling him things that were like fantastic sounding. And he wasn't an idiot. It's crazy. But again, what are you going to do? I'm going to take another sip because this next topic right here is going to it's a refresher course. Consider this what I'm getting ready to talk to you about next as a refresher course because I care about you, all right? Here we go. Uh-oh. Woo! Down the wrong pipe, almost. Last year, oh man, I did it. So, hang on. I'll have to hit the cough button because otherwise I'm going to be... I was too anxious. There, I didn't want to blow out the microphone. Last year, right about this time last year, I talked about how I felt the need to talk about the art of shutting the fuck up. Like knowing, like people that just can't wait to run their mouths to say something because they want to put their 2 cents in or feel they're right or prove their point. Good people. Just people who jump a little too quick. A little too quick. And a lot of them that are just dying to prove that point because they want to feel like they're right even when they're wrong. And, you know, there's always going to be a few that agree with them because everybody's got different opinions and a lot of people fall for the same bullshit that they put out there. That's the whole purpose of putting out bullshit is because they want you to believe. That's why it's called bullshit. There wouldn't be this word if it wasn't true. So last year I talked, I mean, my whole year I was touching on knowing when to just, you know, I had a friend, God bless him, I miss him a lot. He was a quiet guy and smart guy. And I remember we'd be out and he's listening to some guy running his mouth, kind of buzzed. And, you know, we'd be at parties or something like this. This is in LA. and we'd be listening to these people just, you know, talking out their ass. And my friend would just sit there quietly. And then later on, like we'd walk away and he'd just shake his head and goes, God bless it. He goes, guy's such an idiot. But my friend wouldn't say nothing. He just let him go on. Why is this earbud bothering me? He just let him blow. It's like there's nothing you're going to do to stop it. You know, contradicting him is not going to help and all that. And then lo and behold, I said, you know what? Because I'm seeing it a lot. Again, you know, it's never going to stop. Let's put it that way. It's never going to stop. Feel free to comment if you think I'm wrong. But it's never going to stop. And I watched, and then lo and behold, one of the videos from last year came up. I said, let me set the pace again. Let me reiterate one more time from last year, and then I'll play you a couple of matter-of-fact videos from other people who validate why I use the term shut the fuck up so much. It's such a pronounced statement. But here, let me set it up, and then we'll go from there, all right? Enjoy. You're welcome. There's times when no matter how mad you are or whatever's going on in your life, excuse me, the best thing you can do is to just shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. I don't know any other way how to... I thought about this all last night. Should I say, you just need to not say something. Just don't say something. I'm going, no. You need to shut the fuck up. You just need to shut the fuck up. It's simple. I've had this conversation with many people on their personal lives too, because for some reason, everybody comes to me telling me about personal stuff. And that's okay, because I'm kind of good at it. And a lot of times I look at them, I'm going, you need to stop before your mouth opens, and you need to shut the fuck up. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but I'm pretty sure what I'm telling you, do you get the point? It makes the point. I don't care because I'm swearing, because it's a valid point. It's like people have knee-jerk reactions. I've had conversations with guests, too, that have learned this lesson. It's a tough lesson to learn. It takes a lot of practice. And even when you try, you're going to slip up and you're going to go back into your old ways. You have to recalibrate. It's not easy, especially with all the hatred you're being programmed with. And I know you're not going to believe that you're being programmed because you truly believe in what you believe in. But don't you see every week, the minute you're jumping right off, the minute something on the internet happens, you're jumping onto Facebook going, see, I told you so. And then 2 days later, that stuff is water under the bridge. It never really mattered because it's not true. If it was true, that'd be really big and be detrimental. But everything keeps changing every 2 days because it's all nonsense. And you really need to learn how to shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Let it go. You hear something, even though you think you're right, cool. But just shut the fuck up. You don't have to run onto Facebook and tell everybody how fucking right you are. Just shut the fuck up. It's not changing anything. You're not reinstating or reaffirming anything. All you're doing is stirring the pot more. Gaslighting. Shut the fuck up. That's tonight's theme and the wisdom I want to pass on to you. Words to live by. I think that explains it. Now, the reason I'm going to say that is I don't think I'm alone. In fact, I know I'm not alone in this thought process. I'm going to play a clip from you that I just happened to come across from Jack Osborne, Ozzy Osbourne's son. He went to the UFC fight at the White House where there's all this controversy. I can't believe they're doing this at the White House. You know, it's like blah, blah, blah. It was part of the 250th celebration. There's going to be multiple events going on. I think it's a lot better than seeing a whole pride and trans topless idiots running all around the lawn of the White House topless, like last year or the year before, whatever it was, making a mockery of things. And we're supposed to accept that. And that was, this was a sporting event because, Trump's into sports and this and that. It's like, it hurt no one. It was patriotic. The friggin' Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds flew in a V formation over the whole thing. I mean, how much more badass do you want than that? 4,000 people, mostly veterans, were invited to attend the show and things like that in uniform. Part of the 250th. But again, anything having to do with the Orange Man sucks. It's just that simple. But Jack Osborne went, and he's going to explain it to you, and then you're going to hear his final opinion or statement of everybody's opinion towards him. And you're going to see it comes right back to what I'm telling you. And that's, to me, really, really important. All right, here's Jack Osborne, Ozzy Osbourne's son, talking about his appearance and being invited to the White House UFC event right here.
All right, I want to address me going to the White House to the UFC fight. First of all, some of the comments I've been getting are completely insane. And what the fuck? I went to a sporting event. That's it. I didn't go and throw my hat in the ring for political office. I wasn't there going to endorse a politician or some kind of, foreign affairs issue. Nothing. I literally went to the White House to go see UFC. I have been into combat sports my entire life. I started doing Taekwondo at 6. I used to go to Thailand every year in my late teens, early 20s to do Muay Thai. I have fought in Muay Thai fights professionally. In my 30s, I started doing jiu-jitsu. I have also attended UFC and Pride fights going back to the early 2000s. It is something that has been a part of my life since I can remember. So when I got invited by Dana White to attend the fight at the White House, of course I would go. any person out there who would get an invite would have gone. I'm sorry, there was no one I could think of that would have been like, no, I'm not doing that because I don't approve of, Orange Man or whatever the fuck. It's ridiculous. It was not a political event, or in my eyes, it was not. It was a fucking fight at the White House. Who gives a shit? And in fact, when I was there with my wife, I looked over at one point and I was like, hey, why does this not happen more often? It would be amazing to have sporting events at the White House. In fact, there are politicians back in the day that did used to do that. So just food for thought. And as far as the people bringing my father into this, saying, oh, Ozzy would not approve, he's rolling over in his grave. Shut the fuck up. You did not know my father. You did not know where he stood with things. Yes, he wrote a song called War Pigs. Sure, anti-war song. He wasn't anti-UFC. He wasn't anti-going to an event at the White House. He was anti-war. Sure, fair enough. But at the end of the day, my dad still attended the correspondence, the press dinner back in the day when Bush was president. George Bush gave him a shout out. Cue the video.
What a fantastic audience we had tonight. Washington power brokers, celebrities, Hollywood stars, Ozzy Osbourne.
Additionally, my dad did USO tours. He went to Korea to see the troops. He attended events at Walter Reed Hospital to see the wounded soldiers and Marines and, Air Force pilots. So shut the fuck up, basically. Like, you to bring my father into this to say he would or wouldn't approve is completely insane. I simply attended a sporting event for a sport that I have a great amount of respect for and something that's been a part of my life since I can remember. So deal with it. I'm sorry you weren't invited.
Like he said, oops. He said, shut the fuck up. You see, when things get crazy like that, there's no other way to put it. It's just like when it gets so out of control where the nonsense is just rolling around, how else would you want to put it? Oh, look what the cat dragged in. Shalom, where are you at? I thought, when did you get out? They finally released you, huh? Good for you. Now stay on those meds. So, here's Jack Osbourne. It's like you get tired of hearing a bunch of crap and you finally just had enough and you just say, shut the fuck up. Just stop with the it's just more effective. I feel it's more effective. And again, don't believe me. I think I played this next clip back about 3 weeks ago or a month ago. It's with Adam Carolla when I was talking about the mayor of LA. And I just happened to see it again, and it fell right back into this, correctness of why you need to implement at times the phrase, shut the fuck up. You have to put things in its place. I'm not saying that it's, a lot of people are going to say, I don't understand why he has to swear. Because sometimes it's the only way of really getting and making your point. And here's Adam Carolla. I like Adam Carolla. You don't want to get into a match of wits with Adam Carolla because he's a matter-of-fact kind of guy. I love him to death. I really hope one day I'm going to have him on this show and vice versa. But until then, I'm just going to play a clip of his, which he's talking about what's going on in L.A., which is very true, which will be great for you to watch again because we're not out of that mess yet. But at the very end, he pretty much sums it up via my mantra. and it's that simple. So here's Adam Carolla talking about the mayor of LA and all the stuff that's going on and why I'm playing this clip right now. So enjoy.
The Democrats have been running LA for over 20 years. So whatever problem you say is an old problem is on you and your party. So you can go, this is, well, who should we blame it on? Garcetti from a number of years ago? Or should we go back to Antonio Villaraigosa from 2009? Like, how far back do you want to go? Because it's all your party. Mm-hmm. So basically what you're saying is your party is not good at running things because you're saying LA's a piece of shit. We got a lot of problems and it's broken. I need a second term to fix it. I need a second term to fix the shit I couldn't fix in the first 4 years. So here's your argument. We need me to fix the shit I couldn't fix in 4 years. Not the shit I couldn't fix in 6 months or 14 months. The shit I couldn't fix in 4 years, you need me. And by the way, I didn't break the city. The city goes back and was broken for the last 20 years, although my party's been in charge that entire time. People I endorse and people I work with and people I have lunch with are all the people that fucked up your city. You do the fucking math. You work it out. You tell me how this is going to work and why I should vote for you. Well, Spencer Pratt has no experience. No experience fucking up cities? Because that's all I got from you. And you trying to go back a decade still puts you smack dab in the middle of your party fucking up this city. So shut the fuck up. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And even though I'm running unopposed, that's why I need your vote.
See what I mean? After all that facting, telling you what's going on over there, basically, he summed it up with a huge, heaping, shut the fuck up. And that's why I'm bringing it back up tonight. I want to remind everybody that when you have people that are spouting out, especially like I'm seeing all these arguments on Facebook about stuff so much. We follow Facebook. Thank you for the almost 100 grand followers. Come on, we got a few more to go. Do hit that like button or follow button, whatever it's. I think it's a like button, I think. I gotta go look. I don't know. I don't see that stuff. I just know that we're getting up there, and it's good. Almost 2 million views this month. I thank you. But I watch the Facebook stuff, and I'm seeing people getting into arguments about this or that, and it's just you just have to sum it up with a big giant. You're full of shit, and you need to shut the fuck up. It's that simple. Done. And then you shut the fuck up. It's like, don't feed off of, like, my daughter calls it rage baiting. She's a spitfire. She is ahead of me in so many ways. When I talk to her about something, she's already on it and been there, done that, on to other things. See, but then again, to be young again, be able to do 9 million things at once. I remember those days. Now, not so much, but I'm happy. So, take it from me, Peter G. Hi, telling you to remember to don't take a bunch of crap, and when somebody's blatantly throwing up all over you, just tell them to shut the fuck up and that you love them. That's it. All right. Page 3. I am amazed, and I say this every time, and I'm kind of like featuring it now when I get a show to myself. I'm in amazement about Bill Gates. It's like the Bill Gates stuff. People, as many people know, well, a lot of people do know, and people are blown out of the water how this stuff can be going on right in front of all of us. Pick a topic: the mosquitoes, the vaccines, the food, the butter, the oils. What isn't this man have his hands in, and none of it is any good? So I told myself, I said, I'm going to try to feature Bill Gates when I can. If I have a show to myself, I'm going to spend a few minutes on Bill Gates. Awareness. They're going, well, you're just talking about it. Awareness, bringing other people up to date. And again, staying loud, keeping the volume up, the attenuation, it all reverberates that direction to where it's like, these people are not happy. The natives are restless. So I said I was going to talk about Bill Gates because when I do, people respond a lot. A lot. Bill Gates needs to shut the fuck up and stop what he's doing. They need, and people, I'm kind of, he's so protected and so deep with the behind the scenes people that he's untouchable, and it sucks. And we don't have a firm understanding about how we can allow this. One day it'll all come to an end. It can't go on like this forever. One day enough is going to be enough. In the meantime, I'm still going to bring it to your attention. So here's a little Bill Gates for those of you who are newbies or whatever, because there are a lot of new people. This week alone, I think we've grown tremendously. So I want to bring you up to date. Bill Gates, who this piece of crap is, and what he's been doing, and we'll go from there. But forgot to do one more thing. But anyway, we'll do it later. Bill Gates, here you go. It's important. So here you go. Bill Gates from then to now.
Here's why Bill Gates is the most dangerous man in the world right now. Let me walk you through this chronologically so it actually makes sense. It starts with Microsoft. Gates becomes one of the richest men alive. Then he pivots into saving the world through his foundation. He starts heavily funding global health, vaccines, and population control programs. In 2010, he gives a TED Talk where he says if we do a really great job on vaccines, we can reduce the world population by 10 to 15%. He claims he meant through better healthcare, but that clip never stopped haunting him. Fast forward to 2019, his foundation helps fund Event 201, a pandemic stimulation exercise that played out almost exactly like COVID-19 a few months later. Then 2020 hits. Gates becomes the biggest promoter of lockdowns and mRNA vaccines. He meets with world leaders, pushes digital vaccine passports, and pours billions into the shots. Now here's where it gets darker. While all of this is happening, he's meeting multiple times with Jeffrey Epstein, even after Epstein was convicted. Gates later called it a huge mistake, but the question remains why? Cut to today, farmers are being offered insane money to sell their land for data centers, while Gates backs massive underwater data centers off the coast. Why store that much data underwater where it's getting harder to regulate? At the same time, his foundation has funded research into genetically modified ticks for livestock. Now we're seeing a mysterious explosion in alpha-gal syndrome, people suddenly allergic to red meat, and Bill Gates backs one of the largest plant-based companies in the world, Beyond Meat. Coincidence? Right now in the Netherlands, Bill Gates is being sued in court by vaccine-injured families. The courtroom was so full they needed an overflow room. When his lawyers said the vaccines were safe and effective, the entire room laughed. They're presenting cases of turbo cancers, infertility, deaths, and the timing couldn't be worse. Right as more and more of Gates' side projects come to light. Here's the bigger picture. This one man who wants to control your health through vaccines, your food through meat allergies and farmland changes, and fake meat, your data through underwater servers, and your future through global policies. He doesn't hold public office. He was never elected. But through money and influence, he's shaped the last 15 years more than most presidents. That's why a lot of people are starting to say Bill Gates might be one of the most dangerous men alive.
And that is true. He's also one of the most hated men alive. People around the world hate him. He's done so much damage to the people of India, Africa. They're like their testing zones. He takes all his things that they create and see what it does to people. And again, it's not talked about. They're not going to tell you a lot about it, but it's all going on. And he is so hated. So hated. And he just keeps on going. And everybody's like, why are we allowing this? And that is the $1 million question. Why are we allowing this? How can this one piece of crap? Now there's others. Okay. You got your, Schwab, Klaus Schwab and George Soros and all these people. But Gates just seems to have his hands in so many different things. I mean, everything. And he's doing no good. Oh, yet they try to make you feel like he's doing. A lot of people think you can talk to a lot of people and they'll tell you what a philanthropist he is, how he's helping the planet. And it's like, oh no. You need to wake up. Here's another, this is, what's this one for? He's like, one of the main actors for the people behind the curtain, Rockefellers, all that kind of stuff. Here you go.
They told you Bill Gates is a nerdy billionaire philanthropist trying to save the world with vaccines, agriculture, and charity. Listen to me. You have been sold a $200 billion false light illusion. I'm going to reveal the exact transhumanist technology he is currently funding to permanently disconnect your neocortex from your soul. But before I show you the end game, you need to understand who he actually works for. According to research by Whitney Webb, David Icke, and W.R. Schock and others, Bill Gates is not a solitary tech genius. He is a primary operative for the global cult, a Rockefeller proxy deployed to monopolize planetary biology. His foundation is not charity. It is a mechanism for territorial conquest. By pouring tens of millions of dollars into media networks like the BBC, he has built an impenetrable firewall around his operations. When mainstream experts and scientists speak on your television, it is Bill Gates and the cult speaking. But they don't just want a monopoly on global health. They want a monopoly on your physical avatar. Gates is heavily backing CRISPR gene editing and the Appeal chemical food coding. Why? Because the objective is to genetically degrade your 12-strand angelic template and introduce parasitic payloads directly into your biology. The setup for the fourth bridge? Yeah, it's coming. Through this network's deep ties to neurotechnology and the World Economic Forum, the ultimate agenda is the brain-machine interface, connecting your organic brain directly to the synthetic cloud by the year 2030. Elon Musk is part of it as well. This is the infrastructure required to assimilate your nervous system into the archontic AI hive mind, effectively handing your sovereign soul over to the great nothing, the anti-God. Every gene-edited seed, every ID, every synthetic injection is an adhesion contract to this artificial control grid. The only defense is total, unapologetic non-compliance.
Non-compliance. Now, this guy's deep, okay? But if you can kind of get the grasp on it, they want you to conform to them. And again, now they're talking about, one thing I really don't agree with him. I'm sorry. You can disagree with me if you don't, but this is what I feel. Elon Musk, yes, he's trying to do the Neuralink and things like that for people to try to paraplegics who have no connection with their body to try to help them walk and do things. I feel, and he's said it many times, if he doesn't stay ahead of the game, the evil people are going to stay ahead of the game and we're going to get left behind. But at the same time, I've heard Klaus Schwab talk about, think about it. Think about it. You'll have an implant in your head. I've played these videos. It tells you what to do. You don't have to think. We do not need elections anymore. It's like, screw you. They just want total compliance. The only way we're going to beat them is to tell them to screw off. So stay vigilant because they're not going to give up. I don't think they'll make it by 2030 unless we really weaken down. I think we're getting to that push comes to shove point, but I need you guys to be aware, and that's why I'm bringing this to your attention. Again, you believe what you want to believe, all right? But don't wait till it's too late is all I can tell you because we're getting there. Here's one more explaining Bill Gates and, for a long time, it was all about climate change and this and that. And now climate change, really, they miscalculated. Climate change isn't a problem. We need data centers. They're so full of shit. It's one scam after another. And they sell it because we're the experts. Trust us. They're so full of shit. Once you get to this point to where you're on to what's going on with them, you start seeing everything and you just start saying, you can call the bullshit in a second. It's like, all right, you know what? Move on, pansy boy. Here you go. There's one guy setting it for the current status of our what's going on and explaining Bill Gates in a little bit different fashion. And I'm trying to give you a whole roundabout perspective. So here you go.
We'll just say it's weird what's going on with these data centers. And because of that and the lack of transparency, we start to think there's something more mischievous going on. The two main subjects that most people have concerns on are water and the drain on our electrical grid, which some of us seem to think we're paying for. Well, they already have a chess piece in place for that, and it has been there for a couple years. And my biggest concern is who's behind it. And that person is Bill Gates, which most people don't know is knee-deep in the construction of these data centers already. And how is he secretly a part of it? The Gates Foundation is the major stockholder in Caterpillar, a heavy equipment company that's supplying not only the temp, but long-term power for these data center builds. So not only is Gates supplying the temp power for these data centers, which has drove his shares of Caterpillar up 183%, but guess who has the solution to long-term power and the drain on our power grid? Bill Gates and his TerraPower project. It's a new design to a nuclear reactor, but instead of using water, it uses liquid sodium. Now, these are already being built and the deal's already made to partner these reactors with the data centers. There's officially a data center in every state in the United States. Now they're gonna put a nuclear reactor right next to it full of liquid sodium? What's the worst that could go wrong?
Nuclear reactor backed by Bill Gates has just cleared a major milestone in the U.S. The U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission has approved a construction permit for TerraPower's Natrium reactor in Wyoming, the first approval for a new commercial nuclear reactor in the country in nearly a decade.
Yeah, I don't like anything about that. But here's my question for you. What do you think nuclear radiation does to all those bugs that Gates likes to mess with? Let me know what you think, and stay safe.
He's got his hands in everything. Airlines, foods, data. I mean, it's beyond belief all the damage this guy. It's the greed and again, depopulation. Don't believe me. Do what you want. I'm bringing this for your own good. Okay. Again, the data centers. I got videos, and I know I played him not too long ago where he was like, "Oh yeah, the climate change. Yeah, it seems we overcalculated on that. Now because they need so much power, the climate change. Yeah, we messed up a little bit. That's not in such a threat. Although for decades they were scaring the shit out of people that there'd be no environment where the ice is going to melt. We're going to burn up. I mean, think about it. I got all the videos. I could do a whole show on climate change, which I need to do. I have so much stuff to show you the lies upon lies from decade to decade. And here we are. And nothing's changed. All the rich people still live all on the water at all the most beautiful places in the world. If there was any threat of, things going underwater and all that, they wouldn't be living there. Banks would not be giving out loans to build and do all this stuff. They're not stupid. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And this is yet another reason why you need, when people are telling you some of this stuff and you finally get around to figuring it out, and you tell them, you just need to shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I love you, even if it's family or friends, and then they say, Pete, you're wrong. It's like, okay, I'm wrong. But you know what? If I'm so wrong, then, why would I take all this time to try to educate you or try to do things? And again, I went as far as to do this for you. So here, this is for you. Maybe you can, give it to a friend. It makes a great gift, too.
Hey, y'all. Have you checked out Peter G's new book entitled Knowing When to Shut the Fuck Up? Oh, yeah. This is the mother of all books. Everything just clicks. It's this no-nonsense approach that digs into moments we all face, but don't know how to handle. The book's mix of humor and hard truth makes it a go-to read and helps you or someone you know save face by learning when to shut the fuck up. Peter G breaks down real-life scenarios, offering practical advice in a relatable way. Perfect for those big time, I wish they'd shut the fuck up moments. Peter G's book, Knowing When to Shut the Fuck Up, doesn't hold back, and for good reason. Now that's what I'm talking about.
And that's what I'm talking about. If I was going to I couldn't put it any better than that. I mean, shut the fuck up. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I apologize. Like I said, it's really funny because I'm thinking about it. I'm going, here I am talking to my people, telling me what's going on, technically what's going on. And I said, that's terrible, which it is kind of terrible. But, this is a different world we live in now. This is not national television. A lot of the people that do watch, we're kind of all like family. It's like, you know what I mean? To sit and pay attention, a lot of dedication. I love you for it. I can't tell you guys enough how much I appreciate all that. Don't forget, like and share, and follow the Facebook thing. We're getting ready to breach over that 100,000 follower mark, and I want you to don't let up. Let's do this, okay? It's great for the bean counters. I need to tell them to shut the fuck up. I really do, but I can't. But I will. Again, we're all over the place. I know it takes a lot of dedication to watch this show, but a lot of people are in the West Coast we start at 6 o'clock over there and they're still driving home from work. So put an earbud in your ear, Google Peter G Show podcast. The podcasts are doing well. Although Vietnam is kicking the United States' ass right now. I don't know why, but Vietnam has been really popular on the watch list of the Peter G Show. And I thank you. But the whole world is catching on. I'm seeing more and more growth, and it's all because of you guys. So that's what we're doing, or that's what we just did. I hope it was worth it to you. I'm going to be real curious as to what they're going to say about the supposed appearance of the, World Cup game in Miami and no spaceship. At least I don't think so, unless somebody knows anything about the news. To tell me that there was a space invasion or they revealed themselves at the soccer match. That'd be great. But either way, next week is when I'm going to see you. I want everybody to have a great week. And it's the week. We'll be doing a show right before 4th of July weekend. So that'll be interesting, I think. I think they're all interesting. We'll see what's going to happen technically again next week because I'm constantly right now. I'm in awe that I'm having so many weeks of some superficial issues, and it shouldn't be that way. I mean, I know things happen, but this is the stuff that makes me nuts. If I'm going to screw things up, I can screw things up just fine on my own. I don't need nobody to help me fuck things up. But they can tell me, we are all. Hey, look at that. Pastor Ray, we are all family. Happy birthday, Pastor Ray. I get to tell you that now in person. I love you. I haven't seen you around much. I guess you've been busy. And yes, Pastor Ray Paulett, he's been on this show many times. It's his birthday today. Everybody wish him a happy birthday. Alive and well, I hope. And well, I know alive, but well, I hope. And many more. The world needs more Pastor Ray Pauletts in this world. And that's that. But again, I want to thank everybody. And, sometimes, again, I have to do things the way I do things to make my point. I am not proud nor ashamed. It's just somebody's got to do it. And we got one last one. Thank you, my brother. I am alive and well. Pastor Ray's alive and well. And rightfully so. Need it. Like I said, the world needs more Pastor Rays. Way more. Maybe we'd be in a lot better place. But again, thank you everybody for watching Life of Peter G, The Peter G Show, every Wednesday like clockwork, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. on the East Coast. One way, shape, or form. Hopefully we'll be getting back to solid. Maybe one more week of experimentation. I'm going to have to deal with tech support one more time because I am not resoluting on the resolution I should be resoluting on, although it looks perfectly fine. The point being is that why is the other one going wrong that we've been using for quite a long time now? And so we'll get to the bottom of it. But again, not your problem. I'm just glad you're watching. Please share, and hit that like button on the official Peter G Show page, please, on Facebook. We're going to crack 100,000 followers. I dig you for that. I really do. And on YouTube, where I can't even get arrested, but we're growing there too, little by little. But you need to hit the subscribe button. It's free. It's free. I couldn't make it any easier. Just hit the subscribe button. Do me a favor. Come on. Do me a solid. You're watching anyway. Just hit it. And on LinkedIn, anywhere you see us, just make sure you do that and share. All right? I could not do this show if it wasn't for you guys. And I do this show because for you guys. So that's that. Again, next week, show before, it's the Wednesday before 4th of July weekend, and I'm excited. Am I here? Am I here next week? We'll find out, I think. We'll find out. I'm not really, I should know, shouldn't I? Anyway. All right, I love you guys. My name is Peter G. I want to thank you for watching Life of Peter G, The Peter G Show. Same bat time, same bat channel. And be kind. Don't take a bunch of crap from people. It's really rough out there. It really is, especially when I'm laying all this stuff out for you. Some people, it's a little bit too much to handle. But take a breath before you speak. Remember? Hence the shut the fuck up. Just think before you speak. Just do that. You'll thank yourself in the long run. When you sit back and let things simmer for a second, you come out sounding a lot better. Believe me. Believe me. Okay, I love you guys. All right. Till next time, America. It's Life of Peter G, The Peter G Show. Be cool. I love you. And as always, peace out.
Peter G Show. Peter G Show.